Okay, hi everybody, it's me. It is time for the story. It's Gundam time. More importantly, Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, Episode 6, as for them. Now that we've reached the, I guess, halfway point, and let's see, I don't know how long, I believe this is going to go the mile, it's going to go over 20 episodes, Blood Orphans, and this is what I have got to notice after watching this show. This Gundam's a lot different than others. Um, what we found out in this episode was a lot of interesting facts. Like, for example, the mobile suits, as described in this show, are old. In other words, in the Calamity War, they used a lot of them. They used a lot of Gundams in the Calamity War, as told by miguiss, him and his subordinate. He was talking to him about it. And I like this character. He's not wearing the mask, obviously. He's not. I don't think he's going to be a Char clone, per se. I think he's going to be a Char, but he's not going to be like the others are. Like, if you look at the series of Gundams, majority of the time, there's some guy somewhere wearing a mask. We haven't gotten that yet. Haven't seen that yet. I think this guy is just going to be the guy who's got blonde hair and blue eyes. It's kind of weird with this opposition against Orga, Mika, and the crew, because I don't fully understand. Like they were following. I had the assumption that they were under Coral. But I don't think that's the case. I think they're just they're keeping a watchful eye on these guys. And I guess they're trying to stop them from going for Earth. Very confusing. But we also found out in this episode was the legitimacy of what specifically has gone on with Earth and what's really going on. And logistically what's going on here is the Earth governments have taken hold and govern Jupiter and Mars. And that's why Cordelia is going down to Earth to actually negotiate with this one person for the independence of Mars. So, in a weird way, you could consider that Cordelia, I don't want to say they're like the Zeon. They're obviously not the Zeon, but they are space noids trying to go to Earth to get their independence. When you look at it from a transport. Kind of interesting when you look at it that way. Now, in this episode, pretty much, we get those kinds of interesting facts. Obviously, there's the kid this one, who's trying to be the rival, against Mika. Okay, yeah, you're not really doing a good job there, kid. You're trying to get revenge for your fallen superior. Sorry, come back a few years before you start throwing that around. But as of right now, these are my three top characters: Orca, Mika, and Miguel. Those three are probably one of the better characters I found, at least from this. I like Biscuit; he's pretty interesting, and Cordelia to an extent. But if you go further into this series, it becomes known that obviously that's what this is going to be. It's going to be basically Cordelia trying to go to Earth, trying to get the independence for Mars. And this Calamity War must have been really huge, because the way that miguiss and this one guy, this guy who was the maintenance guy, were talking, they used a lot of mobile suits in this war. And they used a lot of Gundams in this war. So moving forward, I feel that eventually we're going to get that. We're going to get another Gundam. I can't see it being just Barbados. That's it. I can't see that. This is going to be like over 20 episodes. I can see something happening where they get another Gundam for their side. The Holohorns. I call them Holohorns. But this episode was good. Majority of it was just basically them talking on the bridge, discussing where they can go from here. They're not following them. Miguel is basically saying, I like Miguel because he's very relaxed. He's not like, he's a chillax kind of guy. And it's really hard to hate him in this series. And this is probably going to be a lot more interesting Gundam series. I have now real high hopes for this series, because of his character and because of the other characters. But basically, they're discussing their leads of who they can go to help them get to Earth. And there's this one guy who's part of the Jupiter sphere. I believe his name is Tawaz. And also in this episode, Cordelia, she teaches Mika and the rest kids how to read and write. You know. And interesting conversation between Biscuit and Orca about it. And obviously it's very well known in this episode. Orca and Mika's relationship. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. I'm sorry. It screams girl in the god. I'm sorry. It does. It does. I hope to dear God they don't do what I'm thinking they're doing. Please. Please. Sunrise. Please. Don't do it. Don't do it. And well, obviously what I'm talking about is the whole thing with that relationship. Kamina, Seymour, Orca, Mika. I don't think it's going to go that route. I really don't. For them to do that is stupid and foolhardy. Just, you can't just do that. Okay. Got to keep them together. But yeah, they basically learn to read and write. You know, Ark is discussing Biscuit about, you know, what he should do and basically saying that he's watching him. He's talking about Mika. And obviously Cordelia, she's upset by the way, because you're talking about kids who have these things in their backs. And that was very painful. And, you know, she's like worried about it and she's like concerned about it. And she's like, she wants to change things. She wants to change things for Mars and independence and everything. And at the end of the episode, pretty much this guy who's the president of their company, I think, basically telling him they stole his ship. Because I'm back my ship. So I went crazy on that. That's where the episode ends. So next week, it seems like we're getting a battle, and we're getting the reveal of this guy, Tawaz. I guess they're going to help. He's going to jump in and he's going to help them now to get to Earth. But there are a lot of interesting facets about this Gundam series that I think were missed. Listen, no matter what you say about the previous ones, like Gundam, Miguiss G, Gundam Age. I mean, the one that comes to mind that says, okay, this was a great series is Unicorn. That so far has been the staple. Current. Unicorn and now currently Origin. But the thing about Unicorn and Origin is they are like small amounts of greatness. They come in, they give you what you want, then you wait for the next one. We haven't had a really good Gundam series like this one. This one has a lot of interesting facets to it. The characters are a little more interesting. I like where it's going on with it to an extent. No matter what you say about Mika or Orca, you gotta enjoy it the way it's presenting itself. Especially the way they're presenting the opposition against Orca and Mika in that group. They're presenting it nicely. good. Yeah, the leaders of that opposition, I like this guy. I actually like Miguel. I really do. He's not like the other ones were. If he's like a Char clone, and the only name to being a Char clone is he's got blonde hair and blue eyes, I really don't care. He's a great character. I like how he's presenting himself. It's like he knows about Gundam, you know, so it's really interesting to see him present himself in the series so far. But this episode, not much happened. I give it 4 out of 5. But it was interesting nonetheless, the information that was given to us. So there's a lot of development going on here, a lot of information coming forward with this new Gundam series. And we're up to episode 6 right now. So I'm guessing later on we're probably going to have them going to Earth, trying to get Cordelia to get independence from Mars. So yeah. That's what I got for you guys. Bonkai 922. See you guys later. The building of... I'm almost done. Yes, I am almost done. I will probably do a video when it's complete. 2 videos? Maybe 2. One where I complete the head and the arms. And one where I present it in like full battle scale. You know, with the weapons and shit. Which is basically the shield. I was watching Bubble Suit Gundam the original today. The bazooka and the beam sabers. So you can look forward to that. Bonkai 922. See you guys later. Say what you will. I truly believe this Gundam series is going to be better. I'm not going to say it's going to get us back to what really made Gundam spectacular, but it's definitely going to be something to watch that most, I think, Gundam fans can appreciate. You know? It's going to definitely think, you know, people who didn't like Augusta and G say, oh, this is actually very good. You know? But I still believe that there's got to be something for that other side. The Hellhorns with McGillis. They have to come out with some kind of mobile suit that is going to rival the Gundam. Because right now, you only count 2 mobile suits that could challenge it. You need something more than that, man. You need something more. I'll see you guys later. Peace.